What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video.
You seriously not following? Unbelievable.
Alright, this weekend we've got something pretty juicy for a summoning event, right? We're going to have a targeted progressive chance for a few champions, right? Legendaries and some epics. And then we're going to have a 2x on the primals to summon rare, not rare, epic, legendary, and mythicals. But this is a big trap, guys. Don't do it. Trust me on this. It's a big trap. Now,
what do you mean by that?
Here's why it's a trap. So we have every faction so far has had its own mythical, except for one, which is the undead. Now, there have been rumors and speculation of how busted this champion is going to be. And with the recent introduction of a lot of these new super, like really high-end arena champions and, you know, meta-breaking champions that we've been getting, of course, there's got to be something out there that defeats everything else, right? There's always going to have to be the meta, and there's always going to have to be something that everybody wants, which is probably going to be this mythical. Now, I'm currently sitting on about 18 primals, and when I first looked at it, I was like, okay, cool. I think it's not a bad one, especially because we'll be able to summon a few decent legendary champions, which we'll go through here in a minute. But I was pointed out that we're still waiting on that last mythical, which it is true. It is true. And we did talk about it on the Sunday podcast of the Knights of Plarium, where this is the only mythical that we're left with. And we need an answer to a lot of these situations, especially sheep. So I suggest holding off. Now, this is not confirmed, right? I'm not leaking any information. This is pure speculation on my end. But usually when I follow my gut, it leads me in a pretty good area, right? So I'm going to be saving all of my primals. I'm going to be saving all of my remnant summons for quite some time now till the next 2x primals, and hopefully get something really decent from that, because I'm currently 60 into Mercy, and I still have like 140 to go. So hopefully that, you know, makes it a little bit better for me and I can acquire more primals, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, as for the champions that are in the summoning pool this week, the first one up is actually one of my most favorite champions, Theodor the Savant. This guy can actually solo most of the normal dungeons for for Ice Golem and Dragon, right? All the normals. And then he can solo stage 8 of hard mode Dragon. So he's very strong, very powerful. He's used for some of the Fire Knight compositions for hard mode 10. So great champion. Wouldn't be upset. I have one +1 on the account and one just normal. So if I pulled another one, I wouldn't be too upset on it. Now, the next one is actually going to be another solo king. And this is going to be from the Undead faction, which is Bad Alkazard, who is, again, another solid champion for a lot of the normal dungeons to be able to solo them. Again, leaning towards Dragon and Ice Golem. He's great for that as a solo champion. Pretty strong, right? So if you have him, he's definitely, or if you pull him, he's definitely not somebody that, you know, will be benched on your account. At least if you're trying to be efficient with your resources. Now, the next one up is someone that really needs a buff. He's a solid champion if built, you know, not really. You just pretty much throw some accuracy on Cavalax, and then you just put him as slow as possible, right? He works great for poison compositions in Doom Tower and most of any other dungeons out there if you're looking to clear the waves. But he looks cool. He's great. But it's everything you use on him is about the passive, right? We don't use him for anything else. Honestly, like, he really needs to start nuking a little bit harder for us to even get some good use out of him. You don't need to book him either. So if you happen to get a Cavalax, it's not a bad thing, especially if you're trying to run like a poison comp. The next one that we have is actually a Dark Elf, I believe it is, and it is Zavia. She is one of the Poisonous Exploders that I don't have. Again, great for those poison comps, great for clearing waves if you have her, right? Love the champion, love what she can do. I unfortunately don't have her, but I do have a +4 Elenaro, so I use her instead. Not that it really matters, because they don't gain any sort of damage boost off the poison explosions on that, but really solid champion to have if you want for to make yourself a poison explosion comp. All right, next up is actually going to be actually same faction, Supreme Kale. Now, this guy is actually not that bad. I do have him on my account. I have him like halfway booked. He can do some soloing on Dragon and some on Ice Golem on normal, not on hard. Although I can't really say I haven't tested it on hard yet, but you know, he's an attack base, so he's not going to be as easy to try to buff up that HP. But he doesn't require accuracy on any of his abilities, right? Which makes it great, especially if you're trying to solo some of this early content stuff. You put him in a full regen set, a couple of pieces of Immortal, and you let him go, and he's actually not that bad. He's pretty quick about getting it done. So after that, we have another actually really solid champion from the Sacred Order, which is Venus. Now, Venus has a partner with Cupidus. Both of them together, actually, for Hydra are phenomenal. But she brings poisons, she brings decreased defense and weaken, she brings an HP burn, and she brings a buff strip. So for Hydra especially, she is god tier champion. It's, you know, unless you, well, I guess, regardless, she's a god tier champion for Hydra. The only bad part is that we can't put the poisons up on the boss, but if you build her in a either maybe Affinity Breaker or Provoke or even a Cursed set, you're going to get some good use out of her, right? Now we've got a couple of epics in the game that are going to be part of this progressive chance. And the first one up is actually going to be a Lizard from Venom Age. Now, Venom Age is actually pretty strong, right? Great for actually farming the Nether Spider, which is what I'm currently doing this rotation, because she brings the heal reduction. Also, very good for Amius the Lunar Archon on, I believe it's rotation 1 that she's part of. So she can definitely solo a lot of the stages in Faction Wars, right? And if built properly, can actually do some of the secret rooms. So overall, very strong champion, brings the decreased attack, brings poisons, brings decreased defense. And then if there's a heal reduction out there, you take 15% less damage. So 100% would not be upset if I pulled one on, you know, an account that I didn't already have one. Next one up is actually going to be another champion from this faction, which is Elijah. She is actually needed for the Lady Mikage fusion. So honestly, if I need her, that's where she's going. I'm not going to be pulling and using her. Not that she can't do anything good. Again, it's all poisons, decrease attack. We get some heals on all allies, right? But they and she also counterattacks actually whenever a Lizardman is attacked. So could be helpful, right, on your account. But usually if you get her, you're going to put her right into Lady Mikage just because she's that much more valuable to your account, right? Next up, we have another, let's go, I think it's Oregon Tribe. And it's Urogrim. Urogrim is a phenomenal support. Poisons, cleansing, healing, speed aura. He's got it all. I use him actually on the account to solo the Scarab King. Every rotation he's void, so you don't really have to worry about it. He's actually pretty fast on it too. A1 brings some poisons. A2 gives us a heal, right? A2 gives us another heal and poisons. And the A3 gives us a heal and poisons. The A2 gives us a cleanse and a heal on a 3-turn cooldown. So overall, very strong champion and a pretty solid aura at 20%, right? In all battles for speed. After that, we have, I believe it's a Night Revenant, and it is a Shima. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't think I've ever built her. She's probably sitting 50 at my account, but she does increase the duration of all buffs on the target by 1 turn on the A3. Brings it down to a 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance. It's okay. It's okay. You place a weaken, you place poisons on the A1. Not anything that I'd be too incentivized to level, right? I feel like she might just be a 4-star chicken. Maybe we'll do a showcase on her and see if she's actually worth it.
Why?
And then the last one is actually one of the strongest nukers in the, not nukers, but strongest poisoners in the game, and it is Augmentum. Now, this guy does some insane stuff when there's Hex out and there's poisons. He's got a solid aura at 18 speed in all battles. I've seen this guy give a Spider 10 hard team about a 15-second run with like 6 turns. So he can definitely do a lot of damage. Great support. Aesthetics-wise, looks awesome. I'm really, if he was my first, I would not be upset. Even if I got a second one as a Faction Guardian, still would not be upset. I do have one at 60 on the account, but I haven't built one out yet, just because I've been prioritizing Cintranos. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and thank you again for supporting on the YouTube and following on Twitch. And make sure to join us on Sunday for the Knights of Teleria podcast, where you get myself, JR Star 3, Gestel Gaming, Jarrett Gaming, Fanu Compachi, along with the one and only Nacho Plays 50, where we talk everything Raid Shadow Legends. We talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys next time.